voice of the Northeast, LMFM.
Well, once again, it's my pleasure to welcome another person into studio knowledgeable about all things Fleadh Cheoil. It's another Fleadh Cheoil Maheran 2018 update. Pádraig Kearns is from the Executive Committee. He's with us here at the minute. Good afternoon to you, Pádraig.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having us.
Not at all. You're most welcome. By sponsorship, a very important part of an event this size. So I understand it is progressing, and there's a number of things coming down the track that you can't really mention at this point in time.
Oh, look, there's lots of things we can't talk about today, and I suppose the key thing that I want to reach out to people on is sponsorship. So Fleadh Cheoil Maheran, we've been fighting to bring it to Drogheda for some considerable time, and at last this is our year. There's a budget to be reached of about 1.6 million, which is a very significant amount of money. And it's one of my tasks and the task of Frank Pentony, who's also on our Fleadh Executive Committee, to reach out to the community, to the business community in particular, and to try and convince them that sponsorship of this Fleadh Cheoil Maheran in 2018 is really an outstanding opportunity for their business. So we have put together a suite of packages for individuals and for businesses of all ranges and sizes. So for corporates to SMEs, right down to small enterprises and individuals, we have options for everybody to get involved. And I suppose when I think about it in the context of my own business, and the fact that this event is the biggest event we'll see in our lifetime in this area, I very much would want to be part of that, and to be looking back in 20 years and 30 years time and say, you know what, we were involved and we played our part. It was, we have to remember, I suppose, where this whole initiative came from, and it came from the community. It came from the Drogheda people to reach out and to try and win this for the local community, and that has happened. So it's important for us to go back to the community now to seek the support in financial terms. We're reaching out to the community also with volunteers. We've had people on speaking about that. We have to hit the numbers to make it happen, and I think we have 123 days left before the event kicks off. So the clock is ticking, and from my perspective, it's very exciting having that challenge, and with Frank and the rest of the FEC to try and raise that level of sponsorship and donations. But we will have income from lots of different elements with regards to the competitions, with regards to the events that we're hosting. But there is a significant amount of money to be raised, and in that light, we have been meeting with lots of different businesses over the last considerable period of time, locally and nationally. I'm pleased to confirm we have some very significant announcement to make with regard to title sponsorship, which will happen in the coming weeks.
This is the main sponsor?
Main sponsor.
Okay.
And also we have secured an excellent sponsor for our volunteer program. So volunteering is right at the heart of this event, and volunteers are an integral part of it. And we have secured a sponsor also at this stage for our volunteer program, and that will be rolled out as well in the coming days and weeks. So there's, I suppose, when we're out there and we're meeting people and we're talking to them, we're talking to businesses, I have been surprised by the amount of people that have opened the door so willingly. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but it's been great for me to have the welcome. When we go to meet people, they're willing to have the conversation, and we're trying to mobilise ourselves to get out and meet as many people as possible to discuss the options that are there for their businesses to be involved with the Fleadh. And every door that I've opened so far has netted a result, which is something I never thought I'd be able to say, and it's really positive from that perspective. And to know that people are right foursquare behind you in the community, and they want to be very much a part of the success of the event, as well as being seen to show how much their business wants to be invested in the community. So from that regard, we have packages available for businesses from 100 grand down to €250 and everything in between. So any individual or business can become a friend of the Fleadh, for example, for €250, and there are many benefits therein, and we move up from that to packages at €1,500.
What might some of those benefits be? Maybe just the top 2 or 3.
I mean, if you were to look at, for example, the friend of the Fleadh patron, they would receive. There's a shop window sticker. For example, if you're a retailer, you get a shop window sticker to indicate that you are an official supporter of the Fleadh and you're a friend of the Fleadh. There'll be a thank you listing we'll be doing a special Fleadh edition publication before the event, so it'll be a thank you to all those who are friends of the Fleadh, and that it'll be a thank you to all those, and you'll be published on our official Fleadh website. Recognition in the official programme, and of course there'll be social media listings as well. So I mean, that's one level, and I suppose that's probably for individuals rather than larger SMEs or bigger businesses. And as I say, we have packages then going up to say $5,000, and we've been very successful with a lot of local businesses. They might not necessarily have a huge amount to gain from being involved, but they want to be involved and they want to be seen to be supporting this event. So I mean, for example, for a $5,000 patrons package, which is a very significant amount of money, don't get me wrong, and people have come forward and they've been more than happy to engage us on this. There's a personalised wall-mounted recognition plaque for your reception area, which indicates that you've supported the Fleadh Cheoil in 2018. There'll be a full-page advert in our main programme.
Will that plaque be perpetual, and will it do you for next year?
No, there'll be a new one next year. So if you want you want one in the double, no, okay. Absolutely not. So there's an ad in the programme which is that'll be published with all the competitors just before the event, and it'll be available for sale. And then there's an events guide which will be published mid-June, which will go out to, at this stage, 20,000 visitors to the Fleadh, so you'll be included in that. There's tickets to Dome events. There's tickets to the Fleadh Cheoil dinner, and again there's thank you recognition across all the different platforms, car sticker, there's recognition in social media, right across the board, as I mentioned earlier on. So I mean there's value in terms of what you receive, but I suppose the value is in terms of being able to roll it out yourself in your own marketing collateral, your own social media, that you are a patron and a supporter of this event.
Although the real value is the amazing promotion it's going to do for Irish culture, not only here but at abroad. That's the big thing I think. Absolutely. A lot of people are homing in on. The launch event, now what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, the launch event is due to take place in the next couple of weeks. We're just like 95% of the way in terms of the acts, and you can understand the acts that you're booking. You have to these contracts have to be signed and agreed, and fees agreed, etc., etc. So I think at this stage we are just shy on contracts for 2 of the acts, but we'd be very pleased to say we're in a position to announce that we're going to have a full launch event which will outline all the acts, and we will we'll put that out nationally and internationally. So that's due to happen in the next couple of weeks, and that'll really set down the marker for the rollout towards the big day, Sunday the 12th of August.
And amongst the many events, Fleadh Sunday, this is the May Bank holiday, it's going to be on Lawrence Street, so many people are going to turn out for that.
Yeah, this was an event that obviously got kiboshed around St. Patrick's weekend when the weather was dismal, and Rory Scott and his team in the Charter and Legacy Committee, they wanted to give everybody with the parade and the whole theme of Fleadh at the parade, they wanted to give everybody a flavour of what the Fleadh might be like. So there was an on-street session or busking competition arranged for Lawrence Street, which had to be put back. And as you say, that's we've a huge interest in that from the Coltis family nationally. So we're hoping we get a big crowd out and people can sample what's in store for them, and it should be a real treat. If anybody's interested in the sponsorship,
yes,
if they want to reach out to us, it's info@fleadhcheoil.ie, and I'd be delighted to talk to any businesses, any individuals out there who want to be involved with Fleadh Cheoil. There's outside of the patrons package, we have lots of different sponsorship opportunities that you can hang your hat on different events or different pieces of infrastructure in the town centre. So there's any amount of deals we can put together for you to be involved, depending on what your budget is, and we can work with you, whatever that is.
The voice of the Northeast.